lot of my fishing these days, just like many other anglers around the country, sees me casting out pop-up presentations 9 out of 10 times I go fishing. However, when that spot dictates that I can get away with using a wafter, a balanced bait or a bottom bait, I will. I think it gives you a massive advantage over other anglers if you're fishing busy circuit waters, or if you're just fishing for wary carp. It's that little bit more inconspicuous. The rig I chose was the D rig. It's nothing revolutionary. It's really simple, it's easy to tie, and it's strong and reliable. The key reasons I picked this rig over any other were it's pretty much the closest I could get to the properties of a pop-up rig, in the fact that it doesn't tangle on the cast, it resets itself every time, and it's about as resilient to nuisance species and crayfish as you can get. And that gives me masses of confidence to sit behind my rods until the carp comes along and picks it up. There's a few little things I've done in my time of using this rig which have looked upon to be a bit of a taboo really, and the biggest one of that is the hook. Now, many moons ago you couldn't use an interned eye on any mono or fluorocarbon hook section, but times move on and you certainly can, and I have been now for quite a number of years to great success. I fish a lot of very weedy waters, and naturally when fishing weedy waters, at sometimes you lose contact with the fish. You might feel like you've got a tight line, but if that fish goes into a weed bed, you lose direct contact with that hook hold. And that's the key reason why I use a mugger. It's got a straight point, which in my eyes, I favour them over a beat point. I think they prick the carp a lot quicker. But the natural curved shank of that hook really gives super strong hook holds, even when that fish has gone into weed beds, etc. And you need to get the boat out. And just that little crucial bit of time where you've got to get the boat out, and you're not concentrating on keeping that tight line as much as you should be, this ensures me that the hook holds are just golden. I really don't lose any fish, I don't have any troubles with it. It really is a game changer as opposed to your normal sort of chod pattern hook or your traditional J-shaped hook. The second thing that I've actually stepped up recently in the last year or so is the boom section. I used to use 20 pound Invisilink, which is a fluorocarbon hook link. I now use a 30 pound fluorocarbon hook link, and the reason for that is not for the increase in strength, it's purely for the rigidity. It gives me that extra little bit of stiffness when used in this length, which I'll come to in a minute, and it just gives that optimum rigidity to kick a nice balanced bait away time and time again, which if I'm casting it out from the bank is what I need, is that lead and bait separation to give me that confidence that I'm presented. Length of the rig then, I don't measure it, but it's about 7 to 8 inches. I found again with the 30 pound material that I use here, it's the optimum length for the rigidity I'm after. If I was to go any longer, even though it's 30 pound in strength, it would become more supple. So you could use the same rig in a 20 pound fluorocarbon if that's what you was after. And likewise, you can use one of our stiffer materials if you wanted it to go stiffer. But for me, this is the perfect blend between being supple, yet kicks away that bait time and time again. So there it is. That's my version of the D rig, and I'll take you through how to tie it. First of all, you're going to need to cut yourself off around 14 to 15 inches of 30 pound Invisilink fluorocarbon. I attach this to a size 4 covert dark mugger hook via a 20 turn knotless knot. Before creating the D, I attach a flexi hook ring swivel, and then I pass the tag end back through the hook and blob off with a lighter. I create my boom sections around 7 to 8 inches, and I attach it via the swivel with a perfection loop knot. This can be quite difficult to tie, so you can use a figure of 8 loop knot, whatever you're more happy with. To finish the rig off nicely, I add a tiny amount of critical mass rig putty into the middle of the hook link. This just stops any chances of it looping up off the lake bed and just allows it to sit nice and flush. So there it is, that's my version of a D rig. If you're looking for something new to try that's reliable offers great hook holds and can be used with a bottom bait or critically balanced hook bait, then this is the rig to try. It really won't let you down. Give it a go.